Hello and welcome back to the workshop, where today we're taking a closer look at Accurascale's decorated samples for its BR 21-ton mineral wagons. Now these are quite an interesting project, aren't they, Steve? Because you've got lots of different body types and some new types which have never been done before in model form.
Yeah, so the 21-ton hopper, also known as the Hop 21 or later HTO, HTV, has never been available ready to run. So you could previously buy some kits, and now we've decided to bring them to the public to buy in these coats of many colours.
Yeah, because the only previous versions of the 21-ton hoppers were actually the former Eastern region ones, weren't they?
Yeah, the non-BR built.
Yes, not BR built version.
So these are the bread and butter, really. Go anywhere. Yeah. You see trainloads of them. You see one or two wagons in a siding. You know, there's no excuse not to buy some, really.
Yeah. And they had a really long life as well, didn't they? You know, they went right from the early 1950s right through to like sort of 1980s last one.
Yeah, I mean, these particular ones, internal users, these were in use until the 90s. Yeah. So there's really, you know, a huge spread of eras, which gives us a difficult option when it comes to producing them, because which ones do you do?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm pleased to see as well that actually you've not just done the classic 5 body side rib versions. You also did the version with 2, which had quite an interesting life towards the end of the careers down in the West Somerset quarries, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah. So there's again there's variations within the variations. So I suppose looking at it logically, there's a triple pack there just behind the Class 31, which are 21-ton. It's just branded 21-ton. That's an as-built 21-ton hopper set. Moving later on, you've got the 3 that are in slightly different shades of grey. Those are branded HTO. So we've now moved into the post-tops era. We've still got the 5 body side ribs, but we've got variations now in the axle boxes with roller bearings, and there's slightly different details there in the decoration. So you've got slightly more branding on there. And then you move into the rebodied types, and the rebodied types, then again you've got variations within. So yeah, it's a big project with a few different things that you can shuffle around between different versions.
And were they actually literally brand new bodies, or was it just a rebuild of the originals?
No, it was totally new. So from the ground up. So the whole sort of upper half really was replaced and with the new bodywork. Yeah. And then they sort of came in from the early 70s. I think it was, and then that was at the same time. They weren't just rebodied because we've split it really with the 5 rib as a HTO or unfitted version, and the 2 rib with fitted. But there were 2 rib versions that didn't get fitted, and there was 5 rib versions that did get fitted, so the whole thing gets slightly blurry.
It's a whole myriad of different vehicle types as well. So plenty of options for the future too, hopefully.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's, like you say, with the West Somerset mineral traffic, some of those were rated to 25 tons. So you've got, I think it was 9 leaves in the spring instead of 7. Yeah. So there's all subtle variations that are still to be accounted for as well.
Super. And then obviously we've got different colours of main body colour as well. Is there a reason why we've got different liveries on them?
So yeah, it's me playing with colours a little bit. So we've got obviously the as-built pack are all in standard freight grey, but by the time you get 20 years down the life, that standard freight grey is going to be weathered, and it's going to start fading and be treated differently. So the 3 shades of grey in the later HTO pack. That was me. I've tried to pick a few slightly different shades just to give you a bit of variation in your train. There was also some of the rebodies that were done. So if you look at the pack over there, they've got bauxite sole bars, whereas the later ones again just went for a black sole bar and under gubbins there. And then the real sort of dark pack, that's a colour that I chose to represent rust, because once the bauxite paint had worn off, these wagons ended up in engineering service very late in their lives. There's virtually no paint on the bodywork, and that was, depicted there with a sort of a dark, rusty colour. And then obviously the internal user stuff got a fresh coat of paint. Yeah. But just trying to give you a bit of variation if you do want to run a whole train of these.
Yeah. And are there multiple packs on each livery variation as well?
Yeah, sort of. I've tried to keep it so I think we've got 15 packs altogether of 3 wagons. And I've kept it so there are multiple packs to suit each era. But obviously the popular era, or the one that's the big gap, is the 2 rib HTV. Yeah. So in run 1, we've gone heavy on the 2 rib HTV. So there's a lot of wagons for that period, because it's it's never been done before. Whereas the 5-rib ones you can mix in with the earlier wagons, and you probably wouldn't be buying a trainload of them, sort of thing.
Fantastic. And then we come back to that important question with these as well, is how much they're going to be and when are they arriving?
So these are due middle of next year, I believe, at the current schedule. I'm just waiting for some feedback before we can confirm that totally. And these are $99.99 or $99.95, I think, for a triple pack. So, and then obviously we've got a discount if you buy those through ourselves with multiples of rate bundles. And I believe, they're obviously the exclusives as well.
Super. Well, it's great to see progress on the 21-ton hopper wagons. Fantastic looking wagons, which is great, like you say.
Something different.
Block trade as well for different periods, aren't they? So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Apart from the fact that all of these samples, and, your viewers might have noticed, all of the samples have got the doors in the open position. The door handles are all in the open position. So they're not very good at the moment, but that will be fixed.
A couple of revisions to make.
Yeah.
Super. Well, thank you very much for bringing these across to show us, and it's great to see them. You can read more about all Accurascale's products online at keymodworld.com/Accurascale. Thank you very much for watching today, and we look forward to seeing you next time.